You're sexy. Is that unprofessional of me? I don't know. I'm sorry, but like, I'm just like, damn.
This is police officer D'Angelo Reyes, and he believes he can get away with anything because he carries a badge. But underneath the uniform hides an evil predator, just waiting for the right moment to strike. He's going to threaten to throw this woman in jail unless she gives in to advances and lets him have sex with her. But this is just one of 4 creepy cops getting exposed on camera. Like when this cop used his service weapon to force his suspect onto her knees.
If it touched her mouth, if it touched the inside of her mouth for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, you gotta tell us now.
Or when this officer was caught with a suspect in the back of his patrol car.
All right, sir, step out of the vehicle for me.
But let's get back to D'Angelo Reyes, the officer conducting a traffic stop that backfired terribly. The footage released by police shows the Tulsa police officer leaving the scene of an alleged disturbance in April 2022, when he stopped at the side of the road to ask a woman if she might have seen or heard anything while she was out walking her dog.
I heard some noise that direction, but I didn't.
Okay. Oh, do you live around here?
Yeah, I stay at the motel.
Oh, which one?
The studio.
Oh, okay.
But it's not long before the officer's real intentions are revealed, and they aren't as innocent as they might seem at first, when his line of questioning stops being police work and begins to get a lot more personal.
What's your name?
My name?
Mm-hmm. I'm Eric.
Nice to meet you.
You're sexy. Is that unprofessional of me? I don't know. I'm sorry, but like, I'm just like, damn. You just chilling tonight?
I mean, probably.
Okay. If I'm wandering around, where should I wander?
Probably somewhere around the Studio Star.
Okay.
He's not only giving her a false name, but his inappropriate behavior toward the woman is more than a cause for concern. Secretly, Reyes is planning to take the information she's given him and use the Tulsa Police Department's system to discover everything he needs to know, including the woman's long criminal history. He's going to claim he's checking her out as a potential witness, but in reality, he intends to use that information against her for his own sordid ways.
Most people call me Red.
You got a room? Okay.
It's me and my dog Philly.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's where Officer Reyes decides to turn his body cam off, and without even realizing it, the woman just told him that she's all alone, with only her dog for protection. Seeing his opportunity, Reyes calls his victim later that day. But by then, his tone has shifted completely when he tells her it wouldn't take much to put a person with your record back in prison, and making it clear that her only way out was through sexual favors, whether it was consensual or not. She gave in to his advances out of fear that Reyes would plant fake evidence and later arrest her. He'd later admit that he had sex with the woman but believed it was fully consensual. After further investigation, he was arrested and charged with first-degree rape. He resigned from the police force 6 months later and has yet to go to trial. If you thought that cop was horrifying, this next creepy cop was so desperate he used his service weapon to force a woman into a degrading sexual act.
Did your pants come unzipped, unbuttoned, anything while you were standing right there?
No.
The cop seen in this footage is Officer Daniel Holtzclaw, and he's being interrogated after he was involved in an incident on his way home from a night shift with the Oklahoma City Police Department. He'd initiated a traffic stop that would end up taking a disturbing turn for the female driver.
Tell me about that stop.
I was going westbound on Northeast 50th, probably a block just east of Lincoln. I see a red Grand Prix or Grand Am in my right lane, in the outside lane. I'm in the inside lane. The car swerves, and so at the time I'm thinking, okay, it's probably a drunk person or maybe got excited because they saw a cop. So I said, "Can I have permission to search your car?" She says yes. I go inside the car. I see a lot of pills, but
What kind of pills?
I didn't really.
Like scattered pills or in a bottle?
She said it's
pill?
hydrocodone pills, but I just quickly looked at it, and I think I saw her name on the prescription bottle, so I didn't.
Oh, so it was a bottle.
Right.
Okay.
There were several bottles in her purse. And then so at that time, I just returned back to her. Okay, I saw your pills. I didn't see any alcohol. I sniffed the drink, didn't smell any alcohol in the Kool-Aid. I'm like, okay, I'm just off work. I'm tired. Get your license taken care of. Just mine.
Because she didn't have a driver's license?
She didn't have a driver's license. And I was just like, go to DPS, Department of Public Safety on King, get that taken care of, and cut her loose. After that.
Okay. Then where'd you go?
I went straight home.
But that's not what the woman says. And right after the traffic stop, stop, she called 911 to make some serious allegations against Daniel, in what would be the start of a long, painful investigation that would reveal a police officer with an appetite for preying on vulnerable women.
She's saying that you made her lift up her shirt, and when she lifted up her shirt, she exposed her breasts.
No. I asked her, is there anything inside your bra? And she said no. So I was like, okay. And she said, you want me to show you? And that's all the time I said, no, you don't need to do that.
She said she was doing this. When you said, is there anything inside your bra? And she was going, no, I don't have anything like that. Did she do that?
Yeah, she did, but I didn't look or anything like that.
Right.
And then she was like, do you want me to show you? I was like, no.
She said when she said, do you want me to show you? You said, yeah, and she went, woo.
No, I didn't.
But could she have been, woo, flashing you? And now you don't want to tell me because you're afraid you're going to get in trouble?
No, when I told her no, I said no.
Then she didn't go, yeah,
No.
because sometimes drunk girls are
having a good time.
Yeah,
Right,
and
no.
partying down, and let's face it,
I've already heard stories about officers
people
and
want
whatnot.
they
so
want
I don't
officers for
I didn't want-
hubbies
so
or
I said
whatever,
no. I
or
said no.
but you could have said no. But I'm asking you if she flashed you anyways.
I didn't see her. I didn't see her
no
breasts.
boobies?
I didn't see her breasts.
It's clear that Daniel is giving nothing away and doesn't seem fazed by the line of questioning, maintaining his innocence at every accusation. But Janie claims that when she was quizzed by Daniel, he forced her to expose her chest while shining his flashlight directly at her. And according to her, this was only the start of a 15-minute ordeal that would scar her for life, after he then forced her to perform oral sex on him while he held a gun to her head.
What about pants?
Nothing in her pants as far as I could see. She was wearing tight jeans. So
She said she pulled them down.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see her pulling down?
I didn't see her pulling down pants.
These kinds of search techniques are definitely not standard procedure. If these allegations are true, then this traffic stop was not only extremely sexually intrusive, but he's going to find himself kicked off the police force, or worse for him, behind bars. But what Daniel doesn't know yet is that the detectives have already collected evidence from his patrol car, and they're able to tell if he's lying or trying to cover his tracks.
Why do you think she's making this up?
I don't know.
Did you write her a ticket?
I didn't. I let her go. And actually, I said I want to arrest you for your no STL.
Trying to figure out why she'd say that. I mean, I could see her saying it if you wrote her a ticket because she's pissed off.
Right.
Or if you saw her boobs, I don't care if she's flashing you.
I did not see.
You did not see her
breasts.
boobies.
No, I did not see her breasts.
She's saying you shined your light on
I
her.
did not see her.
Where do
breasts.
you keep your flashlight?
The west side right here, right down my radio.
Did you have your flashlight out on the traffic stop?
I did.
Having your flashlight out during a traffic stop is fairly routine, but it's what he was doing with the flashlight that the investigators are interested in, as well as finding out if there's any forensic evidence that will clear Daniel's name.
Did you go home and go straight to bed?
I want to go home straight to bed.
I gotta take your buckles.
Okay.
We're doing that in the.
That's fine.
Alright.
Those buckles will potentially contain DNA evidence that will either help clear Daniel or convict him. But while they wait for the results, the investigators decide to find out more about Holtzclaw's unscheduled off-duty traffic stop, and if the evidence they already have matches what he's telling them.
So do you usually do traffic stops on what home or what was?
I don't. Like I said
that?
before, I really rarely don't. I usually try to get home because I'm tired of that and shit.
Well, and are you a big DUI worker?
When I first started coming out, I did, but
I hated DUI.
not really at the end now. To be honest with you.
I usually, if I see somebody swarming, I'm whoop, the other way.
And that's a lot of officers do too, so.
This is kind of one of the things that we kind of bring you in here to
Right,
see how truthful you are.
right.
Now you need to kind of think of a few different things here.
Okay,
Okay, we pulled up a lot of video around that area
okay.
after these allegations.
The investigators have managed to find surveillance footage from the traffic stop, but the unfocused footage is hard to make out and doesn't tell the investigators much. But right now, Daniel doesn't know this, or that they have found evidence of somebody's bodily fluid on the inside of Janie's mouth. And if that fluid is from Daniel, then he's going to find himself caught lying with no way of explaining himself.
We also have a SANE exam, which you know what that consists of.
Right,
There's a reason why we wanted your buckles.
okay.
Okay. I mean, we can go through a couple different things of why we've got you in here, but you sure there's nothing you want to?
Nothing.
So if we go off the video and watch that,
Right.
you're still going to stick with your story.
Yes, sir.
If we go off DNA,
DNA as well.
Should we show you the video?
Yes.
it's time. If it touched her mouth, if it touched the inside of her mouth for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, you gotta tell us now.
There's a huge difference in between a rape being forced and some old girl who wants it. We've had plenty of that.
We get that, we know that.
These videos ain't helping. I mean, we're gonna do the comparing and all that. It's not looking good so far.
They've given him every chance to tell them exactly what happened, and Daniel has to realize they're going to find his DNA on the inside of Janny's mouth, as well as other evidence that could prove without a doubt he was in the back seat of his patrol car with his pants down.
Did your pants come unzipped, unbuttoned, anything while you were standing right there?
No.
CSI is processing your car right now.
Right.
And when we stepped out, they found some pubic hairs right in here. Could they be yours?
No, that's not. I didn't pull my penis out. I didn't do anything right there.
Did she?
No.
Do you think that could be?
No, it's not. No, nothing of mine.
Has your penis ever been out?
While I'm working, no.
Have you ever had sex in the backseat of your
I
car?
have not.
Because, I mean, some people do. You know, I'm not saying forced sex, consensual sex.
Right.
So your penis has never been in your backseat.
Is it possible any of this DNA shares?
No.
In fact, forensic analysis revealed the DNA is his, as well as the hair on the back seat. So investigators have no doubt that something sexual has taken place, but that would mean he either forced her into it or she offered it as a way of getting out of trouble. It's now a question of her word against a police officer, and that's exactly why he chose her as a target. Because in Daniel's mind, as a black vulnerable woman with a criminal record and from a poor community, it would be easy for a police officer to convince an investigation that she's lying. Soon after this interrogation, the full extent of Daniel's sexual desires were revealed when over 13 other women came forward, all claiming he's assaulted them in one way or another. Just like Janny, he chose them because he thought they were easy targets and would keep their mouths shut. Instead, they all found the bravery to come forward and name him as their attacker. He faced over 36 charges, including felony battery, stalking, and the most serious, sickening sexual crimes, sexual assault, and rape. Eventually, he was sentenced to 263 years behind bars, which might as well have been a life sentence. Well, that cop's evil nature was exposed piece by piece later on. This next cop was caught on the spot, locked with a female suspect in the back of his patrol car.
Okay, hold on, let me turn my camera off.
It all started when Officer Hare was responding to a suspected car theft at a local 7-Eleven, where he found two suspects currently placed in handcuffs. The male and female suspects claim they're innocent of any wrongdoing, but when Officer Hare runs a check, he finds one of them has a warrant out for their arrest.
It's confirmed. She's gonna send over the warrant papers to Washington. From there, got you. That's it, right? That's all I'm booking her for? Yep.
And then in your actual report,
Both suspects need to be taken to the station. However, a search of the female suspect cannot be legally conducted at this location without a female officer present. But the barely dressed woman is unlikely to have anything stashed away, and Officer Hare and his colleague decide that, in this case, her word is good enough.
I have nothing, bro.
Do their scanner and everything.
you're not gonna find anything? Alright,
No.
Before you go, ma'am, before you go, is there anything in the car that you want?
Like purse or something?
My my makeup. It's just my makeup.
You're gonna come with me to my car. So let's go.
Oh, he said you heard him when he said it.
Oh, let's go.
About asking me.
Yeah. This way.
Why are you the only mean one right here?
I'm not mean.
Bro, you're the
I'm not
only
mean.
date
We
right
can
here.
talk
Honestly,
more once we get into the car, okay? I got your.
Sorry for calling that, but.
I got your not your duffel bag, but the drawstring bag. I got all of that. Your makeup. So.
But why would you hate it like that? I just want.
Go, step inside. Perfect. Just a little bit more. I don't want to pinch your skin. Alright.
The woman is taken to the station for processing, and at first, everything seems perfectly innocent. But after she's processed, it's down to Officer Hare to take her to her final destination in the jail. And that's when their conversation becomes a lot more heated, and the suspect starts to become a lot more friendly towards her arresting officer.
It's all good. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I remember.
Even though the body cam is difficult to hear, it's clear from Officer Hare's responses and from the suspect's flirtatious laugh that there's an attraction between the two, or so it seems. Suspects have been known to come on to police to see if there's a chance they could be released or get an easy ride. Some have even used moments like this to make false accusations against police. So although it may seem like harmless fun, this situation needs to be taken very seriously. Every officer is trained on how to de-escalate this kind of situation and to stick to their professional boundaries at all times. But Officer Hare is about to throw police ethics out the window when he's given an offer he can't refuse.
A little bit. Well, I can't hear you now. Don't say that right now. No, I said don't say that right now because everything's being recorded right now.
Asking a suspect not to say something because they're being recorded is not a de-escalation technique that's taught at any police academy. And although he doesn't pursue the conversation, he does notice she's suddenly gone quiet in the back seat.
Are you doing good back there? Are you doing good back there? What's going on?
This is the moment Officer Hare turned off his body cam and pulled over to the side of the road. He's only minutes away from the jail, but more than an hour later, his colleague was called to the scene to rescue Hare after he locked himself in the back of the patrol car with the overly flirty female suspect.
Alright, sir, step out of the vehicle for me. Okay, hold on, let me turn my camera off.
Being locked in the back of your own patrol car with a suspect is not standard procedure, and it's looking like Officer Hare couldn't resist the suspect's advances. But he says there's a perfectly good explanation for all of this. After the suspect appeared to slip into unconsciousness, he pulled the vehicle over, thinking it could be a serious medical emergency. But that doesn't explain why he spent over an hour locked in the back seat with her before he finally radioed for help. And more importantly, why he turned off his body cam during this time, right after he'd been offered sex. His superiors were so dissatisfied with his answers that they made him reenact the whole thing before their very eyes.
She was laying down, her face was over there, and then I was just like kind of right here. I was like, hey, well, at first I was like, hey, wake up. She didn't wake, so her head was facing towards that way. I was shaking her, and then this is when I went in, and then something like that happened, and I kicked it with my foot like that, and then I was in, and then I was waking her up like this. While I was waking her up, I heard a door click behind me. When I found out the door was clicked behind me, I positioned myself like this, and I already knew that there was no door handle, but I was just like frantic. I was like, I can't get out of here. I was just like hunkered down like this on my side.
With his body cam and radio off during these crucial moments, his superiors are having a hard time believing him, especially with the evidence they do have.
I have problems with her story, Tony, and I want to make sure if she consented and said, I'll do this or you do that.
She did not say anything like, hey, if I do this for you, let me go.
If she said something and you said, hey, don't say that right now, is this recording? You remember that?
I don't know if it was talking with the family issue or whatever, or if she was asking if I was single, but that was the only thing. Was like, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm recording right now. I remember saying something like that I'm on, now that you mentioned it, because I did.
And what did she say? What did she say?
That I don't remember.
But according to the suspect, and despite her being very flirtatious in the recording, it was in fact Officer Hare who was making all the moves.
He was like, are you single or are you with your boyfriend right there? And I don't remember how to laugh it off. I think he might have used an excuse just to come into the back.
To this very day, both Officer Hare and the suspect would deny they'd done anything inappropriate in the back of the patrol car, and this was nothing more than an innocent mix-up. We may never know the real truth, as 1 month into the investigation and 1 day before he was due to answer more questions, Officer Hare resigned, which makes him look guilty as charged. But there's no doubt this next cop was guilty of sleeping with an inmate, after their sexual encounter was recorded for the entire prison to see.
You got a live ass fucking head game. Oh my god.
There had been rumors circulating around the prisoners in the Montgomery County Jail in Houston, Texas, about prison guard Charlene O'Banion sleeping with an inmate. And when those rumors reached prison staff in November 2021, an investigation was opened. Every move Charlene made from that moment on was heavily scrutinized in the hope they might find evidence to back up their suspicions. It quickly became clear that she was spending a conspicuously large amount of time with the imprisoned Jason Parker, when other guards saw her alone with him in a secluded area area of the prison. During their investigation, they discovered key evidence that proves the rumors are true. And Charlene doesn't know it yet, but that evidence is about to expose and humiliate her right in front of the entire department.
I just kind of wanted to talk to you about it and get your side of that story.
Don't know anything about it. I mean,
do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's in Pod 6. He's just a trustee that we have, around, and that's it.
Have you talked to him on any jail phone calls or anything like that?
No.
Right now, Charlene is completely unaware that the prison recorded phone calls between her and Jacob that took place while he was incarcerated. In those phone calls, they share intimate details that tell the investigators their relationship goes much deeper than Charlene's letting on.
I guess a few years ago, we talked, and then I ended up here, and then he ended up here. I didn't know he was here. It wasn't anything like that.
So when you say y'all talked, like kind of dated a little bit before you started working here?
No, like he was never like my boyfriend. I just knew him from like the world.
So are y'all kind of talking in a sexual nature now that he's here?
Oh, no.
Although Charlene happily admits she knew Jacob before he was in prison, she's adamant it was just friendship and nothing more. But during the investigation, she's been recorded having an intimate phone call with Jacob, which seems to confirm they have engaged in a relationship. But it's whether that happened before he was a prisoner or not that needs addressing.
So what about some of these phone conversations? I'm not saying having phone sex, talking about sexual acts. From what I'm listening to on the calls, I take it as that you've given him oral sex at some point, is what I gathered from these calls.
No, that was like in the world. We never dated.
But you've had physical relationship with him when y'all were both out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was before. We never like had sex or anything. It was just kind of like that.
You gave him oral sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was before like I knew he would end up here or that I would end up here or anything like that.
She claims anything that happened between them can only have happened years ago, even though only moments earlier she denied having any kind of sexual relationship with him. And when she's pushed even more, she reveals they've been a lot friendlier while he's been in the prison.
What kind of conversations have you had with him since you've started working here and he's been in the jail?
Talking about what would happen after he got out.
Have you been talking to him like while you're at home? Like he calls you from the jail while you're at home? Or how many calls do you think y'all have had together?
Several.
So y'all talk pretty regularly?
Yeah.
It's obvious she's uncomfortable as she only gives short, barely audible answers, or simply nods her head. But their relationship went way beyond just phone calls, and there's surveillance footage that proves she allowed herself to be alone with Jacob in an area of the prison where there was a blind spot for the cameras.
One of the things we're going to be doing is like looking at cameras and stuff too. Has there been any times where y'all were alone? Or you go out of camera view or anything like that? Anything that's going to look suspicious that way?
I don't think so. When I've entered the plot, I've always stayed like at the desk.
Have you escorted him anywhere or anything like that?
Prison regulations strictly prohibit guards from being alone with inmates, especially when that staff member is female. But on November 17th, she escorted Jason through the prison and into an area where they couldn't be seen by security cameras. Even though the cameras didn't catch her that day, Charlene forgot one crucial fact. Every single prison call is strictly recorded, and the detective is more than happy to remind her in the most brutal way possible.
Hey, baby.
That.
Baby, guess what?
What, babe?
I just won the blackjack game.
Yay.
I just won $30.
I got a lot of stuff to clean and get rid of before you come home. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. I was trying to make you think I have all these secret things.
Yeah, I bet you do.
What could I possibly have?
You probably got this weird sex swing hanging from the ceiling. Kenneth probably thinks it's a swing set.
Oh, if I had that sex swing, you better believe I'd leave that sucker up for you.
Would you really?
Hell yeah.
You'd let me put you in it?
Yeah.
With a gag bar and everything?
Yeah, babe.
This is an extremely hard watch, and one of the most embarrassing things you could ever experience. Two detectives sitting in a dead silent room, while your own voice plays from sexual phone calls. And if that wasn't already enough, Jason then provides concrete evidence that she was directly involved in sexual acts with an inmate.
I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine as wine. Super fine. And you got a live-ass fucking head game. Oh, my God.
It wasn't my best moments. I was just trying to get it done.
Are you in bed?
Don't even get me thinking about that because it makes me so horny. Like just going back and thinking about that.
It gets you horny?
Oh yeah. When you felt me, I was like soaking through my clothes. I get very horny very easy. I always want to have sex.
Good.
Like that's not even.
Not good.
I mean, it's not like I just like look at someone. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. No, like of course I only get horny for you.
You kind of see how that sounds from like my point of view, like a more recent thing than 3 years ago.
Yeah.
No?
No. I've given him a blowjob before, and that's what he was referring to.
And it was not in the jail?
No.
Although Charlene's demeanor hasn't changed, the nervous crack in her voice and the ashamed smile tells us she knows she's been busted and can't lie her way out of this any longer. If she'd just been honest in the first place, she could have avoided this whole humiliating process.
So my advice to you right now is to be honest with us. Have y'all had any inappropriate contact, whether it's groping, blowjobs, vaginal, anal sex, anything, hand jobs? Yes, I am being vulgar to get a point across.
Yeah, no, it's not. None of that. I might have given him a blowjob in the back part.
In the back part of the decoy? How long ago was that?
2 months ago.
How long have you worked here?
Since April.
Was he already here?
He was here.
Charlene was originally charged with having sex with a person in custody, but that was later changed to an official oppression charge, which involves a public servant misusing their authority for unlawful acts. In May 2022, she was found guilty and sentenced to 100 days under Montgomery County jurisdiction. Naturally, she was also fired from her job.